Okay, do you remember where we left off? Because we're about to do a battle.
Yeah, you guys had just come out of the
closet,
the Verdant Enclave, like Drakengard.
Before we begin, do you have all the shit that you need for today, or are you gonna wing it again?
No, I have all the shit.
He
does not have it.
I have all the shit. I
Nope.
should have brought that shit. Although I never printed it off. It was on my laptop, so
You still haven't printed it
Came
off.
unprepared.
I don't need it now.
Sure, we just glossed right over those puzzles.
Yeah.
Too bad you don't have a OneDrive.
Technically, no, because that was on my laptop. Now everything is on Google Drive, so I can
do it from your phone.
Yeah, but I still printing it. I just like to be able to write
Sure.
as I'm going. But
All right, everybody good? Roger, talk. Mike.
Oh, I'm so quiet. That's better.
You're not quiet, sir.
No, it isn't exactly as loud as I
never
would like
been
it
quiet.
to be.
All right. Everybody good?
Sure.
Sure.
He forgot something.
No, I'm just prepping.
Okay.
You're preppy.
Sometimes.
You're fake. You're a fake person.
He has been called that many times.
He knows.
All right, good?
Prep.
That was my first thought of him.
Oh, that's true too.
Yeah.
That you're preppy?
Yeah.
Or you're fake?
To be fair,
Preppy.
most of the people at Care and Comfort
He's
thought I
wearing
was
Eddie
preppy.
Bauer.
But like, what?
Thought you were preppy,
What
yeah.
the fuck are you supposed to wear to that office? I wore a polo.
It wasn't
wasn't
necessarily
even
what
wearing a
you wore,
goddamn
it's
tie.
how you acted.
It's because it was a Ralph Lauren polo.
It was not.
It
It was
was
a George. As is most of the
Walmart.
stuff I wear these days.
No, he just...
To be fair, I'm wearing a George t-shirt.
They're nice.
It's how
Yeah.
he carried himself.
I also don't buy clothes like this. Most of the stuff on me right now is either from college or high school.
He also
Oh.
appeared to be a
What?
suck up with the boss. And yeah, he does. That's
Yeah.
like all of his clothes are
I
fun.
have a whole bunch of American Eagle shirts I don't wear anymore.
Corey has not filled out at all.
Oh
I
my
did.
God.
It's not
when
that.
Connor was
I had
born,
to give
was
all my shit to
188.
fucking Jaden. He's wearing all my skateboard shirts.
I was
I was a
188
medium.
with Connor, and then I lost it all.
Now you're like 105.
I was after throwing up all that time Tuesday. I filled a bucket that full and lost 3.5 pounds. I was like, "This is going to be epic. Let's see what I weigh before and after."
That's amazing.
It's not healthy.
I mean, it's not healthy,
He's going
but-
to die.
It was terrible.
He's going to die. Like,
Why did you puke so much?
I think I went to the only thing I could think of is I went to McDonald's after Connor's game.
stop going to fast food.
I agree. But I ate a burger, and then like an hour later, I was like, huh, my stomach hurts. And then like I went to bed and woke up at probably like 1 a.m. and just was like, well, this sucks. And then I was rocking for a while, and then finally just puked and shit everywhere.
But before you did that, you weighed yourself.
He's like, I got this.
So not before I shit, but when I was about to puke, I was like, well, this is gonna be awful. And I
Corey
weighed
also
myself.
knows himself. Corey, when Corey was like 180 pounds, the only time he
You were
lost
180
weight,
pounds?
I was 188. When I knew you.
the only
When you
time
knew me? I still know you. What is all these past tenses of things?
he's dying.
Did you know Jeff?
Somebody I used
What happened to him?
know somebody.
So Corey only loses weight when he's sick. Like he can try to diet or anything, but the only
that's
time
not
Corey,
true.
it is. The
You only lose
time
weight
he
when he's
loses
sick?
weight-
That's all the time.
I know. That's why he's
No,
skin and bones.
Ribosys I lost 10 pounds on that.
Dude, you
Living on
lose
that.
10 pounds every time you're sick. When you got me sick,
Agreed. I lose weight when I get sick, and then I maintain for a
it.
while,
And now
for a
you're
while.
down to fucking nothing.
I was 140 after throwing up. Now I think I'm back to 143 because I rehydrated.
you
That's
are
my ass.
skin and bones, sir.
Tell me about it. I'm approaching in high school. I think or when I got to college as a freshman, I was 128.
Yep, that's not good. You're dying.
Can only imagine what your dad bod looks like. An xylophone.
I got the
ding,
fucking
ding, ding, ding,
cum
ding.
gutters now.
What is the...
What?
Cum gutters.
What are you... That's not cum
Nope.
gutters.
Yeah.
Are you talking
The
about the
V.
root?
No, the V.
The V that shows the root?
abs. Yeah.
That's... No, the cum gutters are higher. They're actual abs.
No.
Yes.
That doesn't make sense.
Why?
Because
That's more like a cum leech feel.
Yeah, your abs are more like a rack, those are gutters. They literally are valleys. That
I think he's
down.
right. I think he is right.
It's just about going to the root. That's the idea. But
why isn't
Let
this
me
in the
come
episode?
on you and see where
it's recording. It might be something on there.
Let's see where it flows.
Like a
When do I
supplemental?
have to cut out all the stuff about
his
them
is more
being
like
racist?
a cum
though?
volcano.
That's fine. That's like 2 minutes, but this
The
is gold.
caldera.
I might have to add it in, but yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, just
Add
make
what
like
in?
a quick supplemental.
all of this.
Well, except the juice.
That's what I was saying. But if you keep talking about it, I'm gonna have to add it in.
All right, fine.
If you're a big man, it's now officially cum caldera.
I'm just reading.
Your belly button.
I title my segment so I know where, like, what page I'm
Does
on.
it say cum gutters?
No, it says the blazing ambush, but I just read after all
The
the stuff.
brazen bush.
Blazing bush.
I've seen a blazing bush once or twice.
Sometimes cum gutters result in a blazing bush.
Ugh.
All right. Are we good? I'm not even gonna do
It's
the
not even an
intro.
intro.
Yeah,
You
we
gotta
don't
do
need
it.
the intro now. We'll do the intro, but I'm gonna add most of this in.
What?
Yeah.
You still want to know where to stop and splice, so you might want to still do the clap.
To be fair, in the future, you should tell us if it's going to be included.
It was hilarious.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
And welcome to the podcast.
Well, I'm still gonna do a clap, but everybody will get to see that we all have the clap. Hey, the clap.
blazing bush.
Welcome to
doesn't
another
feel-
episode of Talking Nerdy in the Bedroom, but it's already started. We're already probably going to be 10 minutes into this by the time this intro actually happens. But welcome to another episode of Talking Nerdy in the Bedroom with
Corey. That's
Jesus, KJ.
Roger.
And Mike.
He didn't do James this time. That's
I
good.
forgot who
Thank
it
you.
Yeah,
was.
yeah. He did James last time. I didn't like it.
I'm going to be a different person from here on out.
Jimmy.
But that is your name?
Jim Bob.
Or is it all going to be variations of your name?
No.
Or is it just going to be random?
Yeah. I'll find some obscure names.
You realize we're 130 something episodes in, and you're just now going to start doing this?
Well, because now it's cool. But I'm gonna research. It's gonna be like ones from
Jedediah.
South, yeah,
Obscure
South Brompton.
references?
Yeah,
You should be Michelle.
Ladasha.
Michelle from Dodgeball.
No,
No. All right, so we're back. We have Corey back, so it means we're going to continue our campaign. We're 11 This is our 11th episode for the campaign. Corey ended early last time we did the campaign because he's a little bitch. But we're going to do a battle, right? Battle.
I don't know. Why don't you tell me, since I'm such a little bitch?
We only
That's when
recorded
it-
for like 30 minutes.
Those hit points just went up to 300.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Oh, you wanted to play in apocalypse mode? I see.
So, yes, we left off last time. You guys had just acquired the green shard. You were left the dungeon area. You were in the Drakengard vault, if you will, which was a
Didn't it teleport us, or
Sure,
Yeah.
but I mean, you're at the entrance.
Sure.
So you're back in the clearing.
And he has no hand.
He has no one hand.
No
I have
hand.
one
I don't
hand.
know if we ever. I think it was your right, right?
Sure, we'll
You
go
were
with
on
right.
the
It was
side.
because I was on the left.
Yeah. Hopefully you weren't a righty.
It doesn't matter now.
It feels like somebody else is doing it.
The stranger.
I'm a monk.
I'm not allowed to do this.
That's when you just keep the hand, right?
Yeah, there you go. It's just set it up. It's going to go rigor mortis.
I think
It's
the
just gonna
hand is gone. It was dissolved.
Oh,
in
that's
acid,
true.
Yeah,
That's true.
but luckily he's got
A lot
friends.
of overkill.
Friends is a strong word.
Just borrow somebody else's hand.
Yeah,
Sure, you can cut off some on the way. He's collecting teeth. You can collect
There's
hands.
got
Roger.
to be a
that
way
reminds
to.
me, you acquired a new move called the Dutch rudder.
Kind of can't do the double Dutch, so we're...
I said Dutch. No double
Could
Dutch.
use your mouth.
So while you guys have this conversation, a massive red dragon is about. No, but so
And he's like, me next.
to reset the scene, you guys turn around and the air is crackling. The forest floor around you erupts into fire. Above you, with roaring flames, you see a huge silhouette of a dragon that blocks out the sky. And once your eyes adjust, you will notice it's a giant red dragon that you would know is a lieutenant in Malrakar's army. He's pretty famously a dickhead. And his name is Ralzakar. He descends into the clearing you're in and slams into the ground and lands in front of you. And says, "You vermin dare pilfer what is rightly Malrakar's. Your pathetic remnants are nothing but ash waiting to be scattered. Malrakar will control all, including your mongrels, and he looks at your dragons.
That's an 18 for a sling stone as he's monologuing.
Okay, sure.
Did it hit?
You said 18?
Yeah.
It does not.
Okay.
But I mean, we'll say it glances
Doesn't
off
hit
him.
on an 18?
Yeah. He's a big bad, guys. So that
It only goes to 20.
that's not. You can roll higher than a 20.
No, you
Sorry,
literally
Sorry,
can't.
Let me rephrase that. You can't roll higher than a 20, but you can score higher than a 20 with your add-ons. You get pluses to hit.
Not much.
Well, then you suck.
The highest I can ever get is a 25.
You know what we all can do, though, is roll initiative.
Okay.
Well, I better roll higher than a 20, to be honest with you.
So
It was nice knowing you, boys.
Poppins got a 6,
At least I'm faster than him.
Okay.
and then 14 for me.
What'd you get, Mike?
I got a 17.
Okay.
8.
What about your dragon?
A 1.
And that's Ether.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So Ether's
Is
less.
it ether or aether?
Same thing.
Whatever it feels like at the time.
You got a 7. Who got a 17?
He's an ether
He
born.
got a 17.
Okay.
I got a 14.
Roger got a
8.
and 7 for Pop.
1 or
6. It doesn't matter. He's
yeah,
after
6 for Poppins.
Okay.
Like, no reaction when I, like, hit him mid-monologue, like...
No, it kind of glanced off him. He's rather large. He a big boy.
You might not even noticed.
Yeah. He was just monologuing and was like, go
And maybe
fuck
you
yourself.
threw with your non-dominant hand.
That's pretty much what I was going to be like.
Fuck! This did not go well. All right. So with that in mind, Razakar is going to close the distance between you guys. He's going to get close enough to try a breath attack. Or not try. Everybody's going to need to roll a DC 20 Dex saving throw.
Slave.
Man.
Dex saving.
Okay, even for me, that's challenging with an 18 dex.
Yeah.
I don't know what my dexterity is.
Oh, I
It's on
succeed.
what?
You do?
So, what are we trying to beat?
Shame I'm not.
A 20.
That's a 20.
Okay.
You have to beat a 20?
Yeah.
Okay, well,
Shame I'm not
Poppins
level
does
6.
not. This one barely does, because
Okay.
it's got an 18 plus its Dex. Is it Dex?
Yes.
All right, maybe it doesn't. I don't do it on that one. Damn
What Poppins is fire? Breeze fire?
No.
He's
toxic.
Poison and lightning.
Lightning. Okay. I thought he was lightning. Fire.
I thought I had a Dex saving throw, but I don't. So this is 18, and this was 15.
Okay.
I had evasion.
So I'm going to be nice, and because of the distance, I'm going to say you still take half damage, so we're going to go. So everybody's going to take...
I got 20.
Well, sorry. Everybody except you two is going to take... I'm just going to say 24 damage.
Nice.
No.
Yes.
Man, that would have been, like, most of me.
Yeah. It's a big hit.
Ether is now down.
Okay.
And so is whoever else got hit.
Oh, because it's more than half.
Yeah.
Don't I have to roll something?
A dex saving throw. And you
Another
did.
one? No. But I have to roll something to see if I go into shock, because it's more than half my hit points.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a Constitution saving throw equal to the damage.
Constitution saving throw.
That's 3.
Well, that didn't work for Poppins.
Nope.
And that's 14. And so what saving throw? Constitution?
Yep.
That's a 17.
Okay. Also, important to know, which one of you is carrying the shard?
Who? I don't remember when we grabbed the shard. Somebody grabbed it.
It doesn't really matter. Just pick.
Well, it does matter, because it sounds like it matters.
Me, because
understand.
I'm the only person standing. Me.
Okay. Yep. So you're carrying the shard. Okay.
What did I need to roll to save for the...
A 24.
Equal to the damage, so 24.
Equal to the damage?
Isn't it equal to the damage that would
It's just
exceed your head?
if he was at 0, yeah, but no, he's not at 0.
Okay.
That's so high.
Yeah.
Okay, so both my people are down.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm the only person left.
And in shock.
Yeah, so I have to roll fucking
Death saving throws
stupid.
every round.
God damn it.
It's just a 10 or higher.
That's still dumb.
Yeah. It was a big hit.
Corey's like, fuck, I wasn't expecting this.
No,
I mean, he had to have.
I was really hoping you guys would go first, but it is what it is. So, with that in mind, the only person up is
Me.
you and Roger.
Yep.
But whose turn is it? Who goes first?
It's Mike goes first.
Okay.
So, to set the scene, you see all of the rest of your party except Tommy Wiseau goes down with this one attack. This is a bigger fight than you've ever had to fight before, and now what do you do as a character?
Roll for escape.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm going to toss him the shard, and I'm going to run forward.
Okay.
So I'm assuming, because we're going to go before he goes again, so.
Yeah. So, he throws you the shard.
I toss it back to him. Hot potato. Hot potato.
When you hold the shard, though, when you catch it, you feel like a pulsating energy, and your dragon seems to light up. But it seems like there's just something slightly beyond your grasp, just yourself holding it.
What if I insert it
Into the
firmly
dragon?
into my ass?
What about the dragon's ass?
He's unconscious. It doesn't matter.
How to wake up?
That's how you wake him up.
So what do you do?
I hold it and say, "Expecto Patronum."
A dragon in ghostly form. No, I'm just kidding.
Nothing happens.
No, if that's really what you do.
Yeah, I'll just fucking great sword him.
But I thought you were going to run, but
Yeah,
okay.
I thought you were running away.
I can't run away. My dragon's down and I will die because we're soul bonded.
So you have an inspiration point, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to burn that for some godly advice?
No.
Okay.
My man.
All right.
Yeah, fuck it.
So not only does the shard pulsate and you feel a connection to your dragon, but there seems to be a barrier that you feel might just literally be the connection to you and your dragon, not physically being together holding the shard.
What?
Go touch your dragon while you have the shard.
Give him a handy.
Fine, double Dutch Rider, I guess.
So when you make contact with your albeit unconscious dragon, you feel the barrier break, and when you look towards the red dragon, you don't even really feel like you're doing anything, but the shard seems to know what your desire is. You go unconscious immediately, but what you see is the vines and nature around the dragon start grasping it, wrapping themselves around it, and slowly start dragging it as it's screaming and trying to bite its way out into the forest, which is again covered in dense fog.
Which dragon?
The red dragon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Ralzakar. So everybody else is unconscious, but you see all this happen as the dragon gets pulled away, and it's weird because as soon as it enters the dense fogged forest, like you hear it shrieks for a minute, and then it's dead silence.
Heroic sacrifice moment ruined.
No, I know.
Damn.
I had a
Lieutenant Dan!
So everybody else is currently unconscious still, but
Isn't the fight over? Don't we get up?
I mean nothing else is going to happen.
I'll
but,
go nudge him awake.
Okay, I was going to say technically he's able to do stuff while you guys are unconscious. If you
Yeah.
want it. Nubbin time. Dutch runners all around. So eventually you guys will wake up. The path that you had taken into the glen or clearing is completely destroyed and burned. There's areas still covered in dense fog, but behind you there seems to be a path that has opened up that leads south.
Is that the only way to go? Because the other path is destroyed.
Yeah, it's weird because even though the dragon's been settled for a while, the fire is still burning bright, and it seems like the woods just continue to like fill in space.
Is he awake now from being unconscious
All
with
of
the
you are
shard?
awake. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And we'll say you rested enough that like we'll
Do I still have the shard?
no, I mean, yeah, it's in your possession. You woke up and it's still on you unless you took it. Yeah.
Didn't we get another shard?
You had a blue one, but Bowen kept it for safekeeping.
And we don't have any idea where he is?
You do. You know that there's somewhere in like on the Lost Isle through the storm that's off the coast, but remember your dragons aren't big enough to really brave the storm yet, so you're developing them so one day you can reach there.
Yes, my dragon.
Well, you can ride along. I would have loved to see you try to ride, Mario. Flap your wings, boy. Get the raccoon tail, then you can fly.
There are winged kobolds.
Are there? Oh, yeah, yeah.
So the battle's over.
Well, that was anticlimactic.
It was never a battle.
We rolled initiative. I feel like that's not a reason to go up in level. I don't know what it is.
To be fair, it would have been fun to see you guys try to hit it the first round, but none of you rolled that great, and he rolled a 19.
I mean, we rolled fine.
1, 6.
No, 6 was Poppins. I got a 15.
8.
15, 17. Like, that's
so out
high.
of 5 of you.
Yeah, Mike and I could have popped off, but you were like, I rolled an 18. Lied to me. Say you rolled a 1.
I lied about the damage you took.
You didn't lie.
I did.
Actively changed it and told us you were changing
That's
it.
fair.
I'm going to take a long rest while you guys are arguing.
I mean, he's not wrong.
Yeah. Well, no, it's fine. I said you guys rested in the glen long enough, but the fire seems to be continuing and just smoke pillowing into the sky.
So we're going to head south.
Some sort of divine providence says we should head south.
I mean, you could head back into the vault behind you.
What's in the vault?
You do you.
No, we already got the shard out of the vault.
Who knows? There might be another way out.
Then why would the path south open up?
I don't know. You can do what you want, is my point. You can walk into the fire.
I walk into the fire.
You die.
Game's over, boys.
See, I was trying to do the cool thing, but no. God had to say no.
Oh, you were going to, yeah. To be honest, I kind of thought, just pausing game for a second. I thought that if somebody was going to die, it was going to be you, and then you'd re-roll a new character. And I figured
he's been wanting to do that for like weeks.
I know, and I thought this would be the opportunity, but he was the only one left awake.
Yeah, the only one left awake who was able to combat it, and then you're like, nah, fuck it. Nature beats its ass.
You were able to combat it? Oh, you were able to attack it.
Yeah, and then be like, nah, nature won.
To be fair, you tried to attack it with a rock.
Yeah,
I did.
Didn't go well.
That's why I'm surprised he attacked everybody, not me specifically. Anyway.
So we go south.
Yes. So, that sounds good. I like that idea.
Yes.
You go south. All right.
Of course, like, fuck, I wasn't prepared for this.
No, fuck. God damn. Of all the things you could have done, I really thought you were going to walk into the fire. So.
Northeast.
Did you have a few pages worth of that?
Yeah, maybe. Okay, so as you walk south, you eventually find your way out of the verdant enclave and out of the fogged tree path. And you find yourself on an oceanside cliff. And below you, you see water kind of flowing out of a chasm. And you can even see mixtures of the greenish acid that you had seen back in the vault.
How high is the cliff?
I would say 120 feet to the water below.
Are you looking to end your character's life?
This would be epic.
The contemplation is there, but no.
Guys, I just can't go on.
He's not that
I dropped my
suicidal.
favorite ring. I hope somebody can go after it and get it.
Mario!
Maybe you trip on the cliff. What a way to go.
No, that's not climactic enough.
All right, so where's the acid? What?
It's just flowing out of a chasm below you.
Into the water?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
that can't be good for sea life.
Right?
Yeah, there's dead fish everywhere.
Is there a path to take?
a drink.
Yep, so to your right, there's a path, and immediately, like 100 feet down the path, you see a big cave opening with some strange carvings on the opening. And the path does continue on, but...
It feels like that the cave is... This could be the Cave of Wonders.
Could be a boat.
Are the carvings a puzzle? Can Mike roll twice?
Are they draconic? So
the
can't
cave
read
is
them?
open. If you investigate the, I won't make you roll for it. If you investigate the carvings, you'll notice a bunch of symbols. A lot of them you don't recognize. What'd you get?
It's a 19.
Ooh, you
So
don't
give me
recognize a
extra
lot of
stuff.
them.
Give me extra information.
There's a few draconic symbols, I'll say, that refer to like great storms or energy, stuff like that. That gives you the vibe of like lightning, storms.
This is
that
a
kind of thing.
shortcut. Storm, lightning into an island filled with lightning and storms.
Oh, I see what you're
Also,
Man.
For the record, I'm just thinking, why the hell didn't we do this battle to end the last thing? It took 4 seconds to do the battle that wasn't a battle.
To be fair, I kind of thought it might go a little differently, but it's okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it would have gone a little differently than it one-shotting the whole party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's like a CR-17 monster.
Yeah,
It's like
It
he's
is.
done this for years.
But I probably shouldn't have had it do that, but it's just it wasn't close. It wasn't close enough to you guys, so it's the only thing that made sense. So
It could have
Double move legendary action, sir.
I could have, but
All
It's got a
right,
fly
so
speed of 80 feet.
The cave is open. Is there
Yeah, the
light? Do
caves-
we have flashlights or something?
I
Torches?
breathe fire.
Is you just gonna keep breathing fire as you walk?
No, just light a stick.
it's
or
not an overly large cave.
Light
and there's
Roger on
enough-
fire.
It's daytime, so there's
Yeah.
enough light shining
Flame
in that
on.
you can generally see. There's shadows around.
Or is it? Does the cave end?
I've got dark
Yeah, you
vision.
can. If you look in the cave, you can see the back wall.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I go in
Yeah,
the cave.
it's shallow. So you go in. It's probably like let's say 20 by 20 cave, circular.
That's a garage.
There's a lot. That's true. It's perfect. It's not circular. It's perfectly square. No, but there's more of the symbols that were outside, all depicting.
I press the garage genie button.
Okay, the door shuts behind you. You're trapped forever.
Forever?
A genie appears.
3
so-
wishes. Would you like to get out? No.
Yes.
I want my
So
arm back.
inside the cave, though, you also see like a little makeshift campsite. There's a little tent that's not in disrepair.
It
There's a
is in
stool.
disrepair?
It's not.
It is in disrepair. Did I say
Did-
not?
Yeah, he said
Sorry.
it's not in disrepair.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is just
So
a
it's
weird
just a
way to
normal
word
tent.
it.
Yeah, to say that it
it
is in
is
disrepair.
disrepair.
Okay.
It's not in disrepair.
Okay.
It is in disrepair. There's a small little campfire that's been long put out, and a stool sitting next to it.
I take a sample of the sample of the stool.
So as you approach the stool to take a sample of it, you notice that in the wood seat of the stool, because it's a seat, not a fucking piece of shit, is a very elegantly crafted message. And it reads, "Seek the obsidian quill in Oakhaven. Its ink speaks of secrets unseen." And beneath the symbol, I'll have all of you roll history.
Does it say all this time?
Yeah,
It does.
You're a funny guy.
15.
that's fair.
2.
Mike?
5.
My
All right.
mighty.
I don't think I have any
not
history.
-1.
So beneath that phrase, you see a symbol that you'll recognize. You guys will see it still. It's a stylized open book, and the symbol you'll recognize as belonging to a scholarly order known as the Luminary Archive.
Nerds.
This is on the stool.
Yep, and you're aware that they're an order known for just pursuing knowledge. They don't really try to get involved too heavily in like what's going on in the world. And they generally, I mean, they're not like combatants.
This is on the top of the seat.
Yep.
Is there anything on the bottom?
Yeah,
If I
it says
flip it
made
over.
in China.
I take the stool with me.
Okay, you now have a stool.
Nice. For sitting.
And then I'm gonna have you all.
I already took a sample of it.
I'm gonna have you all roll perception. Don't worry about your dragons. I'm just gonna.
Our dragons don't need perception.
Yeah, man, that's a really cool looking opening there.
17.
Okay, so you'll notice somebody come in. They're not really trying to hide themselves, but you guys were just kind of looking around the room and not paying attention. And inside the cave walks a woman, half-elf woman dressed in dark robes.
From behind us?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. She's wearing dark robes and she's carrying a large satchel just filled with scrolls. and kind of emerges from around the corner. She's not really trying to hide her presence at all. But so you turn around and see her.
She's a witch.
He's told us twice she
Burn
wasn't
her.
trying to hide her presence. I feel like that's a lie.
Well, she's not sneaking. Like, you don't catch her sneaking around the corner. She
Earl
just
Like she's
kinda-
Self.
not like Mike.
3.
It never fails.
I go.
Mike thinks he's invisible.
He's just sitting there, not moving,
Have you
eating a
seen
chip.
But yeah, so she walks in.
I press myself against the wall, and I am now in stealth mode.
I say hello.
She says,
Is it
"Hello."
me that you're looking for?
No, actually.
I can see it in your
Funny
eyes.
you ask. I'm actually following a trail left for me by my order, somebody in my order, and it led me to this cave.
Is it breadcrumbs? Can we eat it?
No, we use cryptic
Where
clues.
did that word come from?
How'd you get past that fucking dragon back there?
What dragon?
Yeah,
Or how did
I
you
don't
get
believe you.
through the fire?
I came from Oakhaven, which is down the path along the coastline.
So she came up
Yeah.
the path. We were going down the path.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I said, it kept going.
Yeah.
Why
yeah,
are you
so
in this cave?
She wants the
Cool.
stool.
I want that stool. I want to. Anyway.
Well, while you intellectuals enjoy this conversation, I'm going to town.
All right.
Going to town on the stool sample?
No, I'm just going to walk out. You said, okay,
Sir, I
that
just
way?
met you.
You said, okay, it's that way? You know,
Yep.
motion with a stump.
Yeah, it's down that way.
Is there any gems in this cave?
There's some nice rocks.
Like any good ones?
Are
Some
there
of
any
them you
teeth?
think might have been, teeth sculptures. That's
Are the actual teeth?
no.
I gotta know.
They're just, it's like when you find a heart-shaped rock. Some of them are teeth-shaped rocks.
I mean, depends on whose teeth they are. Every rock is a teeth-shaped rock.
That's a valid point.
Don't think that that's a valid point.
It is like a main tooth. They look like everything.
All right. So Roger has left.
Yep.
Yeah, so you say hello,
This
and
is
then
a conversation
Roger walks
for
right
smart-
by, and she's like, "Oh, okay, nice to meet you."
This is a conversation for smart people. I'm
But
not
I
smart
know
people.
I know the
Come
order that
back
she's a
here,
part of.
Stumpy.
You know the order that the script
Do I know if
was
they're
left, and then based on you could infer she belongs to the order.
are they good or bad? Are they just about knowledge?
They're just about knowledge. They're basically think of it as like fancy librarians, and
Okay.
they don't really care about. This isn't actually anything that like I based it off of, but think the men
Strixhaven.
of letters.
Men of
They
letters.
document the history of the world, and that's all they care about.
Okay.
Yeah. But as you say hello, and she directs him to town, she'll go on to say that
She goes to town on you?
she's been following clues that led her here.
Yeah, you said that.
What were the clues?
And she says, "Was there any messages left for someone of my order?"
This thing?
She reads the stool and goes,
No. I don't let her read it. I go, there's a message here, and then I turn it the other way.
Okay. She goes, "Can I read it?"
I don't know. Well, you got all those scrolls in there. You got anything good?
Do you like history?
Yeah.
If it helps with fighting dragons.
I'm sure.
Tell me about the
back
Emancipation Proclamation.
I don't speak hip hop.
I don't listen to hip hop. She says, probably back at the library in Oakhaven, we have some information that could benefit you. Also,
Okay.
nice dragons.
Thanks. Thanks. Let's go back there, and then I'll let you read the stool.
Well, I'm only going back. I'm following the clues. It would be out of my way.
How do I know they're going to help us without you?
I mean, have you been to one of our libraries before? All information is open except for guarded secrets.
Well,
You
I
want the
want
guarded
the guarded
secrets.
secret.
Just remember, having fun isn't hard if you have your library card.
That's right.
Is that a thing?
It's Arthur from back when we were kids.
Arthur, the meme with the closing of the fist. That Arthur.
Yeah.
Okay.
Isn't he like an aardvark or something?
Yeah, something.
Yes,
Yep.
Arthur the aardvark?
Yep.
What the fuck is an aardvark?
PBS show, right?
Anteater.
Yeah, I wasn't actually a big fan, but
I remember Lamb Chomp.
He's an
Lamb chop.
anteater?
Yeah.
Do they
This
eat
is a
ants?
song that never ends.
No.
yeah, I'm familiar with the song.
I'm
Familiar with his work.
on my friend.
So okay, but I don't trust you 'cause I don't know you. and you're wanting me to give you the stool.
You can keep the stool. I'm just curious what the message
Right,
is.
exactly. So my only leverage here.
Do you want to roll insight to try to get a vibe of her intent? What is it? What is it?
I understand nothing.
Is it a 1?
Yeah, it's either a 1 or it's a 7.
KJ
Okay.
stuffs dirt in his eyes and is in his ears.
So you generally believe that she's really not out to screw you over or anything, and you know enough about the order to know that they're not like servants of Malrakar.
Why does she have all the scrolls?
She's a librarian.
But she just has all the scrolls while she's looking for these clues?
Did
Do
she?
you ask her why she has the
Yes.
scrolls? I carry them with me because they might help. They're translation scrolls. They could help if some of the clues are in dialects I haven't read in a long time.
Does
or
she
I'm not
have
familiar
a
with.
puzzling look about her?
Traditionally, you don't read dialects; you listen to them. But
Yeah, that's what I meant. Different languages.
All right, I give her the stool.
Yeah, you do. She reads it and goes, "The obsidian quill refers to Master Alaric, who's a member of our order."
As she's saying that, I also repeat it like I knew.
Master Alaric.
Yeah,
He's in the
I
order.
was just saying.
That fucking guy, he's crazy, man.
That was Quill.
She says, he recently went missing in Oakhaven, where I just came from. The authorities are still looking
weird.
for him, and they haven't found him yet. Last we knew though, he was exploring different ancient artifacts, even researching, the shards of Dominion,
Alara.
and all kinds of
Like
things.
our shard?
You have a
Great
shard?
walk.
Yep.
No.
Can I see it?
No. I don't trust you.
What color you got?
I have all of them.
I mean,
Gotta
Malrakar.
catch 'em all.
If you
You
have
didn't
all
know
of them,
that.
what are you doing? No. She says, well, if indeed you do have a shard, he would be the one to help you understand it and its power.
But the authorities are looking for him?
He's gone missing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He didn't do anything bad.
Gotcha.
Except went missing.
He did hang out with a guy named Bowen.
Did,
They might be related.
All right. Well, you go on your little journey. We're going to go try to find the guy.
Gotta
Well,
get her phone
my
number.
journey leads me with you, so I will go with you.
Thought you were leading the other way.
I'm following the clue, which says find him in Oakhaven.
Okay.
Which is weird because that's just where you came from.
I know.
This
Is this an
sounds
old
like a
lady?
goose chase.
Huh?
Is it an old lady?
No, she's like, she's,
A good librarian?
she's a good librarian.
Yeah. She got the glasses? Yeah. Get that Dewey
Okay,
Decimal
I say
system.
onward, and I go try to catch up to Raja.
Sure. So you guys all, I assume you go with them. Or do you go in your box? You haven't gone in your box in a while.
Does she have a puzzling look about her?
She just looks always like she's
Puzzled?
No, you
inquisitive.
cannot roll.
Oh,
twice.
inquisitive.
Yes.
Like a quiz?
Yes. What you're investigating her?
I'm going to
Yeah.
investigate. That's a 12 combined.
You investigate her as deeply as you can, and she catches you staring at her.
And she gets creeped
Yeah,
out.
she's officially creeped out by you.
Does she now give me a puzzling look?
She does, and then a disgusting look.
Was that worse?
I let her do it.
All right, so
I figured her out.
you fingered her. Out.
I've fingered her out.
All right, so you guys head towards Oakhaven. It doesn't take you very long. It's like maybe 2 hours down the path, and then you hit a main
Walking
road.
for 2 hours is not a long time?
It's like 6 miles.
When's the last time you walked for 2 hours?
The last time you and I competed?
He didn't.
No, he didn't. It's been years.
2 hours? I don't think you've stood up for 2 hours in a decade.
Yeah, well, that's not true. I don't know. 2 hours of walking. I'm really trying to think. Oh, when we did. Well, you mean consecutively walking?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because when we did the main, what was that called? Amazing
The
race.
amazing. We never stood for 2 hours straight.
You
The
did a
Amazing
lot of
race.
walking.
Not straight. We
Well,
got
that's
the
what
car.
I said. That's why I was asking
Yeah.
if it was straight.
For the record, that was also like 7 years ago.
Yep. No, because Vegas was 2018.
Yeah, that was 7 years
That's
ago.
7 years ago.
I know, but we did that way after Vegas.
We did it in 2019.
Really?
Yeah.
thought it was
Vegas
during
2018,
COVID.
2019. It was with Crystal. I kicked her out in 2019.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Why'd you kick her?
Or
Yeah, I don't know. Walking 2 hours
Was
straight,
she
you definitely
puzzled
don't know.
that you did that?
I should have rolled.
Where'd you walk for 2 hours straight? Did you walk around town?
Around here.
You too?
Well, he did it like just
I
doing
did it around the
things-
showroom floor.
Yeah, the showroom floor. He made like
That means you stopped.
17,000.
No.
Yep. You took a break.
No, at 5 o'clock, he's like, I'm at 25,000 steps. And I'm like, fuck. So I did a walk-in.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
That's the most that we have not gotten back to that level, by the way.
I have not been under 10,000 steps
Since the new
except
job?
on weekends.
Yeah.
Sunday, I'm like at like 3,000 steps. Every day since then, it's like 10 plus.
Yeah, it's good.
Fuck off, it's good.
It's good for you.
I know what 2
Good
hours of
for
walking
you.
feels like. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't. 2 hours is a long way.
It's 6 miles.
Sounds awful.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm just going to say they caught up to you because you're still slow.
Stumpy.
We could ride our dragons.
Yeah, that's true. They ride their
but
dragons.
that,
I'm faster than
chick
that
can't.
still.
Yeah.
She can
All right, well,
ride
what-
I'm,
the
I'm faster
dragon.
than both of them.
That's fine. It was maybe...
Yeah, but you were walking slow.
You're going to get there like 3 minutes ahead of them because it was a quick conversation.
You're more like shuffling, kind of like kicking rocks. And,
So-
you know, just-
You're pining over your lost hand as
Yeah.
you're walking. You're grieving.
you lost a friend, you lost a hand, which is probably another friend.
My only one left.
So you guys get there. You do get there first, so you can choose what you want to do first. But I'm going to describe it in one shot. So you arrive in a peaceful little town of Oakhaven, which is along the water, but it doesn't seem to have a lot of like docks and stuff. It's
Ocean
it's
water?
not like a port town, really.
Okay.
A lake.
In the town, you will
river?
find several vendor stalls, but they really just seem to be selling like basic goods. There's nothing super fancy looking. A large library that is home to the Luminary Archive. You'll recognize the symbol above it from the stool. There's a tavern that has the name Whispering Willow. I just thought of Whispering Eye from Role Models, but
The old whispering eye.
it means vagina. That's fucking so good. And amongst so a tavern named the Whispering Willow, and then a bunch of little homes, and including one really eclectic looking one that Alar will note to you guys is Alaric's home. And there's a couple guards walking around too. But yeah, so what do you want to do first?
I go find lunch.
Okay, so
I cast
you
Fireball.
probably head to the tavern.
Sure, unless there's like a place selling like hand pies or something like that on the side of the road.
Hand pies?
Just little,
Maybe a
Pies.
giant turkey leg.
they're like deep fried
That's
pies.
not the same as the hand pie that I'm thinking of.
That's a cream pie, not a hand pie.
It was the hand pie if you're all the way by yourself.
Yes.
With that
I
note,
found that a
the
stretch.
tavern does have food, but there happens to be a vendor yelling, "Hand pies! Hand pies!
Reasonably priced, too.
Hand pies and cream pies! Come get your pick!"
Hand pies, come and get them.
Yeah, I don't trust that guy.
Oh, I'm the most trustworthy hand pie salesman in the world.
All right, so you're going to get food.
So do you go to
I just
get
go
a
get-
pie?
Not a hand pie, no.
Cream pie?
No. No. What's it? I don't trust that guy. Something about
Whoopie pie?
Yum.
I do like whoopie pies.
I should have brought my wallet.
I don't have
I want to get the oatmeal cream pies on the way home. They're so good.
Why do you not have your wallet? How do you not leave?
It's in my jacket, which is in my truck.
I cannot. I can't. I always make sure wallet, phone, keys on me before I leave. I can't.
I've got multiple vehicles, sir. That's
It has nothing
first
to
world
do
problems.
with
You
anything.
carry
it
them
does.
on you.
I have it in my jacket pocket.
Sure, but when I go to leave, I immediately go wallet, phone, keys. If I don't have something, I don't leave.
I did that in my truck. I have my car.
So you did it in your truck, and then you went, I want to go take that vehicle.
Yeah.
Okay.
I left my truck behind because my son's like, hey, can I use your truck to go to the gym? And I wasn't thinking to take all my shit out of it.
Gotcha. All right, so he's getting food. We go back with her. Is she pointing us in a direction? Does she understand where she needs to go from what the stool said?
No, she says the authorities here, which really is just, as you look around, a handful of guards. They look like they're just kind of townsfolk who've been appointed to be the guards. But, and she says they haven't found any real information, although I don't think they really look that hard.
Is there like a council or a mayor or the something?
I investigate.
Okay, so he's investigating.
Is there any? Who's in charge?
Nobody. It's kind of a very little town. We don't have a really great structure. We just kind of all. It's a democracy.
I shake her and go,
So it's
"You're not
communism?
helping."
Huh?
I shake her.
KJ.
And tell her she's not helping.
Run for mayor.
She says,
They're communists.
there's no
it's
com-
okay.
"I'm
There's no
green
competition.
pie for every family."
You get a hand pie. Just sling it.
Yeah.
I'd be perfectly fine if you just want to take a beer, become mayor of this little shitty town.
Do it.
So she
Think of
says,
the tax
"Well,
revenue.
there's really no leadership here, but most people do look to our order to, answer."
Who's the leader of your order?
Assassinate him. Show dominance.
Brother Silas is the highest ranking member of our order
Where's
who
he?
lives in town. He's in the library, probably.
Let's go.
All right. If you insist.
She likes to be dominated. It's fine.
She's a naughty librarian.
That's fair.
Did you
It
bring that
tracks.
stool?
Yeah, bend her over the stool.
I've been a naughty librarian. Shh.
I'm not in on this one, I guess.
I'm not either, apparently.
Sorry,
He's
cream
just-
pie. We bet.
He's just way too into his own joke.
He is. And
He laughed.
It was funny.
Yeah. Okay, so
And he was actually able to say the joke without laughing through it. That's a rarity for Corey.
been working on it.
left through the whole thing.
You could understand him though. I just recently watched his roast because I showed Kayla it, and he gets to there's like 16 times where he just starts talking and then just immediately starts laughing, and you can understand absolutely nothing. It's just nothing, and then Mike even goes, "Yeah, I can't."
You need
I
a
don't know what you're saying."
translator for your jokes, I think.
Doesn't do a
You write them and then have somebody else say them.
Or he can say them. It's just somebody else is going to have to then give us the punchline. Because when he gets to the punchline, it's just pure laughter. Because he thinks about it in his own head and he goes, "I'm so funny."
to be fair, if you heard it, you would agree. It's pretty good.
Well, I don't hear it.
Whose fault is that? I don't know. I'm laughing and happy, so who cares?
All right. Anyway,
So you
let's
want to go see Brother Silas?
Yes.
Okay. Are you going with him? Or you heard hand pies?
I'm running for governor.
All right.
He's making campaign posters and
I'm telling people I am your new mayor.
Okay.
I'll vote for him.
One vote.
I don't. Do you get a vote? You're not from this town.
Shut up.
He's in the town.
That's fair.
I'm not from this town.
So Tommy Wiseau walks into the tavern while you're already heading to
I thought that was a joke.
No. He walks
Tommy
into the
Wiseau
room.
walks into a tavern.
So you walk in, you go up to the barkeep and say,
What you got for lunch? What's on the menu?
And by the way, my buddy's running for
fish, fish, pony, hip
Hip
hop
hop
anonymous.
Fish.
Hippopotamus and
Yes.
the rapid rhino?
Yes.
Elefino.
Would you like some?
Why are they all Italian?
It's the only accent he knows.
He goes from
Sure.
fish.
Sure. Was that a pun? So, which would you like?
Food.
Okay.
Whatever's cheapest, because I'm broke.
He goes back behind him for a little bit, comes back up, and he's got a fried piece of fish for you. He's like, that'll be a silver. And it comes with a drink.
Ooh.
Okay, because that's pretty much all I got. That'll work for me.
All right.
You have one silver?
I have 4 left.
I'm sorry, it's 5 silver. Thank you for saying that. No, 1 silver. So you're just going to go sit down and eat?
Yeah, I'll motion to grab it with my right hand and be like, God damn it.
He asks you how you lost the hand.
Boy, do I have a story for you.
And then you
I will regale the entirety of this fucking day.
For 1 silver.
Yeah, get some money out of it.
Yeah.
He goes, do you say which dragon it was?
A red one.
Oh, okay.
I have an intelligence of 9. I don't remember
That's fair.
names.
So he says,
It was Ron Burgundy.
where did it go?
The forest
Ron
ate it.
Burgundy?
I'm Ron
Well, I
Burgundy.
guess that's good because we're pretty close to the Enclave, so.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think it'd be good fertilizer, really. Yeah. But yeah.
Well, I'm glad you survived, sir, and thank you for your patronage in business.
That'd be 1 silver.
Yeah.
Top of the morning! Just gonna do a new accent.
Oh, if you keep with the multiple access, I'm going to burn this place to the ground.
Ciao, Bella. No, so you go sit down to eat?
Yeah.
Okay, so you walk into the library, and I mean, it's a small town, so it's not as fancy as like some of the libraries you might have seen in your travels in your day, but it's pretty nice. They got lots of shelves, scrolls, some bound books. You see a older half-elf gentleman also wearing those same kind of dark robes, roaming around, kind of putting things away and stuff.
Is that him?
You ask her.
Yeah.
Yeah. She says, yep, Brother Silas, come here, please. He walks over and he says, what can I do for you, sister? He's talking to her.
That's why I didn't start talking. I was about to, but...
She says, well, he would like to speak to you.
And I go, hey, I know you guys are in a cult, and I know you
Whoa!
send up weird messages to go look at a stool, but I need to find the guy, whatever his name is. I nudge her to say what the name is.
He's looking for Master Lark, and Brother Silas goes, I've been looking for him as well. I'm distraught. Like he was one of
You're
my
in
best
the
friends.
library.
Do I believe him?
Roll insight.
17 plus.
Yeah, you
okay.
believe him. He looks like he's distraught and like he hasn't been getting a lot of sleep and stuff. And he says, sister, I see you're all of a sudden interested. Why is that? And she goes on to say, the clues I've been following alluded to the next step being to speak with Master Lark. And he says, oh, so now you give a rat's ass, basically.
She didn't before? Or about him missing, she didn't care?
She didn't care about him missing.
Okay.
She was just following her path, so.
I'll chime in and say, I also wouldn't have cared if he's not the person to talk to about shards.
Well, you both sound like great people.
It's a means to an end. Let's find him together.
He says, well, I don't have a lot of other help in the town, so I'll tell you what I can. I'm sure the sister might have told you he's known for researching ancient languages, old symbols, old relics. Obviously, like most people in our order, he was very interested in the shards that have changed the whole landscape of our world. And he used to study mainly in that section of the library, which is in the back corner, but I've yet to find anything that seemed like it was
I go to the back corner.
the one he pointed at.
Yep.
Okay. It just looked like you were like, I go over to that corner instead.
No, I go to the
Sure.
I go to the outback.
You go over to that corner
Steakhouse.
and you can see like it's been used. Some of the books seem like they're dusty and haven't been used as frequently. This area seems like it was gone through quite a bit, but you know, he's been missing for like a week or so, or a week and a half, we'll say, and so it's starting to collect a little dust, but it's been moved around because Brother Silas had been looking as well.
How big is this corner and how many books are there roughly?
We'll say the bookshelf is like the size of that wall, so maybe 10 feet across and
So
maybe
not that many books.
and 8 feet high, but it's a solid oak like bookshelf. And,
Against a wall?
yeah, it's sitting back against a wall.
Or just start fucking trying to find a secret door?
So roll investigate.
It shouldn't be investigate should help, but even if I roll poorly on investigate, I'm literally just pulling each book to see if something triggers.
That's you just want to pull the books.
Yeah.
in? Sure. You pull the books all the way through, and he's like, I don't know what you're looking for. I've already reorganized them all over the time. So you're 8, but you can do it. You pull everything down. There's no like, oh, I pulled a book and something opened kind of thing.
Does there seem to be anything behind the bookcase that I can notice?
like between the bookcase and the wall.
Yes.
He's looking for a Murphy door.
It sits pretty flush against the wall. It's almost like kind of built into it.
Okay.
There's an easy way to discover this, and that's to go outside of the building to the back of this.
Or I just have the fucking dragon acid that goddamn bookshelf and see if there's something behind it.
That's a lot of books. They're going to be pissed about.
Well, I already pulled them down.
That's a lot of money.
I mean,
Just going to ruin a shelf.
you do
nice
what
shelf.
you want to
It's
do, I
just gonna
guess.
ruin the shelf.
Do you want
But
to
it's a
roll
nice shelf.
investigate?
Sure.
Okay.
All right, so I'm going to have to acid this.
All right. You took all the books
The
down.
books are down. And I
Okay.
tell them, like, hey, find us a way through there, or I'm going to have to find a way through there because I feel like this is suspicious.
Away through what?
The bookshelf.
Bookshelf.
There's probably something behind there.
I mean, there's a wall, and then the outside.
Is there a window around?
Yeah, there's a window on this wall further down. You could look out.
Yeah, look how I do that.
Sure, you look out and you don't see like a room behind it or like space behind it for a room to exist.
What about below?
I mean, there's no like you're on the first floor, but
There's no basement.
Do you want to ask if there's
I
a
asked
basement?
if there's a basement.
He goes, yeah, we have a cellar.
Let's go.
Okay. So he leads you down into the cellar, and it's pretty much just a cellar.
I go by where that
Storage stuff.
shelf was.
Yep. You go there and you look up.
Nothing.
There's just the floor above you.
So this is just a giant waste of time.
The cellar. I mean, there's some old wine.
Why does that help me?
I take it.
Yeah, you're not there.
You're not there.
I'm there.
You're busy campaigning.
Yeah.
In the library.
With
Where's
a-
that's where the parchment is.
Do you go to the library now?
I take the wine.
You're not there.
Tell KJ to tell me to take the wine.
Tell your dragon to go tell his
Yeah, but those dragons don't talk telepathically. We had that.
How much wine
discussion.
is there?
Do you go into the library?
Yeah.
Okay, you go into the library and you see nobody's there, but you see a door open in the back.
I go in the door.
Okay. All of a sudden, you hear...
I stand at the door's entrance
Okay.
and I yell, "There's a door."
You yell, there's a door?
Yeah.
Okay. You hear, there's a door from the stairwell you just walked down.
Is it the door to the stairwell?
Yeah. And if you start to head back up, you'll see a silhouette of your dragonborn
A what?
buddy. Silhouette?
Silhouette? It's silhouette.
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 It ain't happening.
Guys, it's very silhouette.
This is a silly putty
It's
here.
so silhouette.
Wait, say it again?
Silhouette.
Silhouette.
Yeah.
That sounds very
It's
similar.
silhouette.
I cast Thundershock.
Whatever you see, you
On the
get,
silhouetteness?
when you look up there, you just get silhouette.
He's
That's
Big
right.
D.
He's
I-
flexing. You just see his shadow. Big D.
Stands for Dongus.
All right, man, dingo.
So-
All right, so I guess I go back up the stairs and
Sure.
I go back to the corner, I guess, because
Yeah.
you said the basement was a waste of time.
Yeah, I did say that.
Yeah.
I
You
go to
asked
the
me.
attic.
Yeah, I was just telling you it was.
The attic.
Okay, so this whole thing's been a waste of time. I feel like I should acid it just because now.
Well, what do you fill him in on what's going on?
I say I wasted my time, sir.
Your whole life?
Yeah, this friendship, waste of time.
Yeah, that's true.
No, I guess I tell him that he was in that spot a lot. I thought there might be a secret door. There wasn't a secret door. We tried to see if there was a secret thing downstairs. There wasn't. And here I
What
am.
do you want to do?
I sound puzzled.
You are puzzled at this moment.
I will investigate my puzzledness.
You will investigate the puzzle.
That's a 14.
14. Okay, so feeling around underneath one of the bookshelves, you feel like a soft indent, and it's not labeled in any way.
How, like, is it at waist height?
No, so it's under one of
Where's
the
the indent? And how soft is it?
It's under one of the shelves, and if you look, it looks like the same wood as everything else, but it just seems like it has a little give to it, and it's basically the size your finger would be able to press.
He's the world's greatest detective.
I found it.
I found the softwood.
Is it a button? Press the button.
No.
Feel like
Hey, press this button.
I'm not there, dog.
Great.
Sorry, wait. God damn.
I grab a book and I use the corner of the book to press the button.
Sure. So all of you sitting there see him press a button, and with a hiss, a compartment opens up and kind of dust.
Snakes!
Yeah, snakes pop out. And inside you find a rolled up parchment sealed with wax bearing the symbol of a mountain.
I eat it.
I stop him from eating it.
How do you stop him?
I tackle him.
I breathe fire everywhere. In pure anguish.
Just desperation.
Having
I
someone tackle me.
grab the thing out of his mouth before he can eat
It's on
it.
fire.
Okay.
It's not on fire.
I'm breathing fire. We're not going to do this thing. We're being led astray.
We need to do the thing so we can find out about the shard.
We don't
so
have
then
to
we
do
can train the
shit.
dragons.
I'm the fucking mayor.
No, you're not. You can't go from governor to mayor.
I got voted for.
But
One vote.
person- to be fair, nobody else got voted for. So
He had no opposition running against him.
Yeah, I'm done with quests. I'm the fucking mayor.
That's what I did in Dave's game. It's pretty.
What y'all did in mine?
no, we just bought property everywhere.
I raise taxes.
Did you
Do you
institute
put
tariffs?
tariffs?
No, it's going to be 26 cents per thousand mill rate.
That's not bad.
That's Waterville's mill rate.
26 cents per thousand?
Yeah.
What do you mean $26?
26 cents.
I'll take the 26 cents all fucking day.
$26 per thousand.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we I grab the thing from him and then I open it and also show the lady and the guy.
Yep. So you open it and
After he shakes it off from being on fire.
That's true.
you
It's a little charred.
You can roll an intelligence check as
0.
well as you can if you'd like to. If you're viewing.
18.
Okay, well that's good enough anyway.
8.
All right, so you just see pretty pictures. You see what at first doesn't look like a map at all, but it when you look at it more deeply, you notice it's a map of star constellations. One particular constellation is circled and labeled with a phrase in an ancient language, and you can't really read it, but she chimes in right away. She says, it says, "Where the silent watchers gaze." And Brother Silas identifies that as like, it's a poetic name for a cluster of peaks that we call the Silent Peaks, which are to the northeast.
How silent are they?
They're actually ironically named because it's a lot of storms that happen on those peaks.
Is it just
Cold,
2 of them?
It's wintry.
2 peaks?
No,
Are they
there's multiple
twin
peaks.
Twin Peaks?
Great show.
No, there's multiple peaks.
More than 2?
Maybe even more than 3.
Are they
Sounds
big
like season
peaks?
2.
Are they full?
Some big, some small, all variety.
They come in all shapes and sizes.
What is your preference of peak?
Existing.
So I tell them let's go, and then I make sure we get Roger after he's eaten.
What'd you eat, Roger?
Fish, apparently.
Ugh.
And he regaled him with his story of losing his hand.
All
Basically,
right.
just it's been such a shit day. Like everything's happened in like 4 hours.
And on top of that, they served you fish. Now you have fish breath.
Yeah,
You can't brush your teeth.
that's true.
Just
let
gonna
it rot.
fish breath forever. Oh.
So while in the tavern, I'm gonna go back to him for a minute.
Campaigning.
While in the tavern, you hear about a campaign for a dragonborn
He
who
voted
just
for
showed
me.
up.
Yeah,
Town.
I'd vote for him.
But you also hear a couple townsfolk talking about a missing person, which you technically aren't even aware of yet because I don't think you ever connected with them.
Nope.
But they're talking about a missing person. You kind of overhear that it was Master Lark. And you overhear one of the townspeople saying that that last time they saw him, he was talking to somebody in a fancy white cloak. And they were talking about a mountain range. And then that was the last day anyone ever saw of him. And then the other townsfolk is like, well, what range? And he says, I don't know, but all I know is that the last time I heard of him.
My eyes will narrow, just Bowen.
Yeah. Something about kids missing, too. But so you guys go find him in the tavern? Okay, so you're finishing up your food and drink.
Explain to him.
Sure. So they fill you in on everything that happened.
Man.
How he almost burned down a library.
That sounds like it would have
Not
been important.
burned with acid.
Sure, I guess.
Acid burns.
Yeah.
It's not going to burn down the building.
Maybe it catches something fire.
What?
What if it spills onto some gasoline,
That's randomly in the
Causes-
library.
oil lamps?
Yes, this whale oil we utilize.
They're a seafaring town. There could be whale oil.
Do they
Whale
have,
oil here!
do they have whales in
Well,
D&D
oil
campaign?
be fucked.
All right, so
Man.
fill them in and tell them to take us to the whaling silent peaks thing.
I'm campaigning.
Yeah, you can do it up there though. You can hang a giant banner.
No, I'm in the tavern campaigning. I'm shaking hands and kissing babies.
So, Alara and Silas also talk to you while you guys are gathering him and kind of say, like, just so you know, our order is aware of a group of, some would call
Foes.
them fanatics, but they live in the
So
peaks.
more cult people.
I mean, they're not like aggressive usually. They're just very protective of the peaks. They're called the Keepers.
Okay, so I got to deal with your cult and I got to deal with this cult. Awesome.
We're librarians. Do you call plumbers cults?
A little bit.
What?
Technically,
Who's not a cult?
Me.
you're in a union. That's
Yeah,
a cult.
you're a cult.
Not in the union.
he
You are,
is
though.
the union.
That's right. This guy gets it. All right, so we're heading to the peaks.
Definitely
I
gave them
suppose so.
employment. What's that?
Heading to the peaks.
Yep. So you can head to the peaks. They'll guide you on the way. Anything any of you want to be doing along the way?
Campaigning.
Okay. So everyone you happen upon, you're like,
yeah.
vote for Big D.
Yeah.
And they go, what are you running for?
Well, how else am I supposed to get anywhere?
What?
What are you running for? Running?
Oh, God damn it.
You're so dumb.
Dead joke.
They roll their eyes and walk away. They go, and you
I
hear
got
that-
their vote for sure.
You hear them say, I don't know what he's trying to win, but I'm voting for the other guy.
There's no other guy.
And I've
That's the
never met
case.
the other guy.
Joke's on you, there is no other guy.
Unopposed.
And Brian, I've never met you.
Yeah. But just having known you for...
Uh,
So anyway, if you're not doing anything, it'll take you about 2 days. Nothing very eventful is going to happen. But as you approach the peaks, you know, there's snowy peaks. It's not a very fun place to travel through.
Good thing I have cold weather clothes.
Dude, yeah, I would say so. You guys pretty much bear hugging your dragons are able to stay pretty warm. Mike's crying.
I laughed
His,
hard.
his tears.
it was a
freeze
very
on his
funny
no.
thing.
It was
It was
good.
good.
My contact is now fucked up.
No.
See, that's what you get from laughing so hard.
So I'm gonna have you two roll a d6 then.
Who?
You
Me?
two,
Us?
Boy,
because I said to.
I rolled well.
4.
4. And you rolled what?
A 1.
A 1. Okay, so you're going to roll a roll your survival. Sorry. And KJ, roll your Constitution saving throw.
I don't know what survival is.
Wisdom based.
Yeah. I doubt you're trained in it. So
22.
14.
So you're fine, and you're fine. So nothing happens. So you guys are able to traverse the snowy lands pretty easily. You fall a couple times and have to catch you go to catch yourself with your right hand. You're like, fuck.
God
So-
damn it.
But eventually, though,
Hopefully we don't have to do rock climbing. How the fuck are you going to do that?
Jump.
yeah, I was gonna say he'll just jump up to the next level.
How come you didn't make yourself a hook in the last...
He can't
Town.
use it
Why?
because he's a monk.
It's not a weapon, it's a tool.
Well,
Even then, a hook on like my shoulder really isn't useful.
It's,
for
your
any-
hand is missing.
Just your hand.
It's just your hand.
You could get like the ones that buckle onto your forearm and you have like all kinds
We
of
need
cool
to get you a
tools with it.
chainsaw. That's
Yeah.
what we need to get
Hey,
you.
yeah.
Or boomstick. There we go.
Yeah.
I gotta work in housewares first.
Yeah, that's
You
true.
can get a fork. You get all the hook tools. The one that comes off and has the chalk for writing.
All right. So, following the celestial map,
Were you mocking him?
The claw.
Like, look, I can do my hand. You don't
gets
have
one-
this.
do you
He has the
remember
one with the
Mr.
claw.
That remind me of Mr. Roderick in 8th grade. Did you have him? He was science teacher.
No.
Oh, he had lost. I think it was these two fingers in, like on a saw
Vagina.
or something. And so Mike Rogers told him one time we should have a secret signal for our like the gray team or whatever it was. I don't know what Mike was talking about, but Mike was like this or something, and Mr. Roderick was like, "Let me try," because he's like, "Yeah." Oh, that's good.
That's a great story. I'm glad we paused the podcast for that.
I didn't pause shit.
Maybe he's just
Mr.
turning into a
Roderick,
Ninja
RIP.
Turtle.
He died. He's a good guy.
He's turning into a Ninja Turtle.
Anyway, following the celestial map and Sister Alara's guidance, you are eventually able to discover the hidden path to a secluded valley high in the Silent Peaks. At the end of the valley, nestled against an imposing cliff face, is a sanctuary which she identifies as belonging to the keepers based on symbols she sees and like the way the structures are designed.
Does it look like someone's been here?
A series of structures are built from the natural stone, blending seamlessly with the mountain. Silent guardians emerge as they see you approach the entrance with their white robes flowing behind them. They halt you at the entrance to the sanctuary and just kind of are silent, and then one of them steps forward in the middle. All their faces are still hidden by cowls of their robes. And he begins to talk almost like in a whisper, but you can literally hear it echo off the walls all around you. The stone, it seems like all the stones are echoing the voice. And he says, "Before you tread upon this sacred ground, you
I take a step forward.
Okay.
I was gonna say if I yell, does it echo as well?
Does it get like
You can
louder?
try.
I'm going to be like, I'm gonna say that's a cool trick and try and yell and bounce
So
my
you
voice.
yell, and there is a slight echo, but for some reason, it seems like he's directing, like it's just not
Goddamn
reflecting
gray
as much as
beards.
he is.
I'm not the Dovahkiin. I'm sorry.
So he says, "Before you tread upon sacred ground, yet you take a step forward. Do you try to push through them?"
Or how close are I thought they were not right next to us.
They're not. They're like maybe 25 feet away from
Okay, I
you.
walk up to him.
Okay, you walk up, and he just keeps talking as you walk. So he says, "Before you tread upon sacred ground, you must answer a question that weighs upon the heart of
I
the
must answer riddles 3.
I really wanted to do that, but I didn't. I actually was like, the heart of the Drakengard's legacy. 3 aspects define their bond: loyalty to their charge, harmony with their dragon, and courage in the face of fear. Tell us, travelers, which of these virtues do you believe is the most crucial in a dragon rider, and why?"
So I have a dragon, you don't. I have a shard, you don't. Get out of my way.
Tell me, what is your answer?
I hold up the shard and touch my dragon again.
And he passes out.
Yeah, you pass out.
Does anything cool happen?
No.
Why did I pass out then?
because the power still surges through
You've
you.
activated it, but it didn't do nothing. But it still made you feel a little funny.
You're surrounded by barren rocks, essentially, and
So
you might recognize because you saw, and maybe you too, because I'm sure they told you what happened.
No, I didn't.
Okay, then the only thing you might recognize is that last time he did this, the trees like came alive and did his bidding, or helped him in some way, and now nothing happened when
There's
he touched
no
it, other than he
banana
got knocked
trees?
himself out. Huh?
there's no banana trees.
There's no banana trees. Some
I'll go-
banana
I'll go.
hammocks under those robes, but
I'll go
I
nudge him
turn
awake.
them.
okay. Yeah, he wakes you
Against
up,
them.
and you're like, "What happened?"
I turn the banana hammocks against them.
I walk
Alright.
forward.
Okay, so you gave your crappy answer, and they seem really like to scrutinize you, and then you try to push by
I
'em?
say, listen here, culty colts. Onward I go.
Unfortunately, we can only let the worthy pass.
Or
We don't like to talk about the or.
do you see how you don't have a dragon? Do you see how we have two? Do you see how you're talking about dragon riders? Do you see how we are dragon riders?
You have a dragon. I see you not riding it.
I climb on my dragon's back.
Oh my god, you're a dragon!
Right this way, sir.
Look, you are the least intimidating force I've seen this week.
That's true. We've already fought a dragon, and then we fought another dragon. We got
We
to ride
ran
by
away
a
from
big-
both dragons.
They don't even know that.
I don't doubt your ability to wreak havoc upon our order, but I doubt that you will get what you seek if you do.
You'd be
You could
surprised.
just give it to me because we have a shard. We're trying to do stuff.
Give it to me.
You want me to ride?
Look, the last time literally cost me an arm. This one's going to be a leg. What's next?
And
I mean, I think we all know. We'll call you No D.
use it anyway.
But regardless, they turn away from you and ask you again, now that you're awake, the same question. The three aspects of the Drakengard's legacy is loyalty to their charge, harmony with their dragon, and courage in the face of death. I'm going to say death. What is your... which one is the most crucial to a dragon rider, and why?
This isn't
Harmony,
Why?
because we're soul bonded.
I'm not writing you an essay.
I'm not a dragon rider. I'm just a charge.
None of us are dragon riders either, so your answer
Clearly.
is just as valid.
Clearly.
Later.
What
I'll
is
just
your
walk
answer?
through.
Do you not give an answer?
No, the question is directed at dragon riders. I'm not a dragon rider. I am exempt.
I
sir.
don't feel like these people should be judging me and my dragon riderness. They are beneath me. Bow to your governor.
Oh yeah, I am. I'm mayor governor. Vote for me.
Of what?
Of
He's the mayor.
Oakwood.
Oak, yeah, of Big Oak.
Oak Grove.
Oakhurst. Get some of this milk.
We only buy hood here.
Oh, you fucking traitors.
Definitely aren't smileys.
Oh, some fucking strawberry
Garlic
smileys.
farms only, baby.
It's Garlic Farms.
I don't care. I
Garlic.
I don't know how to pronounce anything.
Garlic Farms.
Silhouette.
Vampire.
Silhouette, baby.
Silhouette.
Silly wat.
Silhouette.
You silly twat. There was a silly twat sitting there.
So they ask again, do you not want to give us an answer?
Why am I beholden to giving you an answer?
We can only let those worthy of the information we possess.
You can
be on.
only let me pass. So
Yes.
if I just walk through you, you're going to stop me.
You will be stopped.
Cool. I walk through.
Okay, so you push through. They don't physically stop you, but you see the path before you start to close as big rocks shut in front of you, probably about 30 feet up.
I
How
go,
tall are
not-
the rocks?
That's not fair.
Well, it's like there's the big opening that you guys are in.
Yeah,
and they
we're at the
just
top
start
of
to
a
close.
mountain. How big are the rocks?
I mean, to the next peak, you could try to scale over.
How tall?
He wants to jump.
I'd say probably the rocks that are closing are probably 40 feet, and then above that more is probably another 80 to 100 feet.
And
Can you jump
this is
180
open
feet?
sky?
Huh?
This is open sky. You said we're at the top of a peak, so
You were at the end of a valley in the peaks.
you said said top of the peak.
I mean, I can read what I said. You're climbed peaks to get there, but you're not at the very top of the peaks. You walked into a hidden valley, and at the end of the valley there's an opening, and these buildings were built into
Ranch Hidden Valley?
It's Thousand Island, actually.
Could be.
Ranch.
I turn back around and I come back to them.
Okay.
And I slap them and then go, what was the question again? I'm sorry, I wasn't listening.
You just slapped me.
Did.
That's a 23 athletics to climb.
Okay.
He's going to start climbing.
All right, it's a puzzle I investigate. That's a
Roll
16.
disadvantage because you only have one hand. I think
That's a
fair.
15.
I think that's fair. You only have one hand to grab with.
I rolled a 31.
Okay, and there are people that do it without arms, but
I'm just saying it would make it harder, right?
How are you going to roll with
yeah.
no arms?
still a 23 because my nat
so it
20
doesn't matter.
obviously.
So yeah, you're able to scale and you're climbing up. So you see him start climbing.
But didn't I walk back so then the peaks have opened?
No,
80
the
plus
peaks
40.
didn't open when you
You
walked
said when
back.
I started walking, the path started
Yeah,
to
they
close.
started closing and they closed.
Let me know when
But
I'm
when I
20
walked back, they didn't open back
They didn't
up.
open back up.
Okay.
Just let me know when I'm 30 feet up.
Okay. So he responds, the question is, there are three aspects that define the bond of the Drakengard.
It's loyalty.
Why is it loyalty?
Because you need to be loyal.
Not satisfactory.
What were the other ones? Loyalty, something, something?
Loyalty, lost my place. Loyalty, harmony with your dragon, loyalty to your charge or your duty, harmony to your with your dragon, or courage in the face of death.
All three.
Worthy.
D, all of the above.
Yes, I believe you are correct, sir.
Sweet, I go inside.
You may pass.
I leave them outside.
Seriously?
The gates roll open and he may
I
pass.
smack him again.
Who?
The guy who's talking.
You may not pass.
I don't care. I'll climb.
Okay.
I don't care.
Okay.
Guess I'm going inside.
So you
I'm gonna
walk
wait in the lobby.
You're welcome. There's friggin' cream pies for you. You made it about 30 feet.
Cool.
Yeah.
I can jump over the rest of it.
That is
I have a jump height of 100 feet, so
19,
Okay.
3,
sure.
3,
That's fine.
25.
So you jump to the top, and then you're gonna scale down the other side.
I'll just fall. I ignore 30 points of fall damage.
Okay. So it's, it's at 80 feet plus the 30, so it's like 110 feet.
Yeah.
And it's
10d6.
roll away.
Statistically, I ignore most of this.
Right, because it's 30, right? You
Yep.
ignore. Yeah.
7, 13, 17, 25, 29. I'm good.
Okay. So you land. So as you walk in, you see Roger just land on the ground next to you. And what are you doing?
I climb.
I yelled
Roll
to the guards,
athletics.
"Guards, intruder!"
25. Okay, so it'll take you a little bit because he jumped a big jump of it. But so we'll say like 20 minutes go by and you reach the peak. While that's going on, you're brought in there, and you're brought before the Elder Keeper, who comes out and says, "What can I do for you?"
We're looking for a guy, a dude, about a thing.
You found one.
You know what's really interesting about this whole situation is the other two aren't let in
Why is that?
because we're literally here for them, and they're not allowed here. So this is interesting.
They're not members of this order.
No.
Yeah.
But they didn't give an answer either. They didn't turn to
That's
answer
fair.
to them.
Yep.
You completely ignored them.
Yep.
And the whole reason we're here is to find this dickhead because they said so.
Yep. It's fair. They're just kind of tag-alongs right now.
I'm looking for Mr. Anxiety.
You're
found
looking
him.
for Master Alaric.
Lara,
Yeah.
Lara, yeah, Shards of
Yeah.
Lara.
The Elder Keeper confirms that he is there with them. He was brought there by a member of their order, not the librarians, but the keepers, because he had discovered some ancient texts that hinted at the true nature of the shards and their connection to a powerful entity that predates even the Drakengard. The keepers have always kept this knowledge and didn't want it to fall into the wrong hands.
It's a Dagoth.
How did you know? But yeah, so he acknowledges he's there, says you can speak to him if you'd like. He's not been harmed. We just brought him here to give him the knowledge he
His
sought.
mom is worried sick.
He's pretty old. His mom got to be dead.
His grandma's worried sick.
That's fair. He goes on to tell you, though, that they've also guarded one of the shards for quite a long time, but only a member of the Drakengard is capable of walking the path to it.
Show me the shard. Show me the meaning
of being lonely? Okay.
Why is he worthy?
Show me the shard.
All right. So he explains to you about the path to the shard.
Just keep going. Skip.
I mean, realistically speaking, I've been able to walk all these paths too.
Skip.
Yeah. So he
You could have got a dragon in the early going. Corey offered you one.
He skips. He says, the entrance is over that way. And over that way, you see a carved archway depicting a dragon rider soaring through a lightning storm. Beyond it lies a winding staircase descending into the heart of one of the mountains.
I have climbed down the other side now.
It's been 20 minutes to get to the top.
That's why I'm climbing down the other side.
Okay, so now you're climbing down. It'll take you...
Should be less.
I don't know. Would it be? I'd be more scared going down. I'd be like, fuck. We'll say it takes you 15 minutes, but whatever. The time he skipped was a lot of dialogue. We'll say the guy was talking for 40 minutes, dude. So you arrive just as he finally gets to it, and Mike's guy's like asleep because he doesn't care about what's being said.
I'm looking around for their dragons. Like, how the fuck did they get through? Oh, wait, they didn't. That's right, because there's a big door in the way. Huh.
What? Who didn't?
They're dragons?
My dragons climb.
Like, his is the only one
Yeah.
that'd probably be here.
They
dragon
just
climb
let
on
your
me.
dragon walk through the front door.
Oh, all right.
Fucking racist.
It's true.
It's true. They like the dragons because they let him in too. For the record, you could have said any answer. You just had to explain it.
He didn't explain all. He said
I know,
all.
but all was like the loophole answer where it just worked. I literally put all's good, but if you say one, you got to explain it with some background. And your explanations were dog shit.
Look, I didn't kill him.
Loyalty, because loyal's good.
The answer is nothing because they all fucking suck and everybody but these two are dead.
That's fair.
Well, we think. Some of them
And
are
Bowen,
alive.
but Bowen touches kids.
Skip.
All right. So, yes, I believe I was saying there's a archway.
How are they not freaking out that there's dragons here?
They're pretty familiar with dragons.
I thought there weren't any like dragons besides the dragon
Yeah,
trying to kill them.
They're statistically that was
I thought there weren't like any dragons around except for the dragons trying to kill them.
that was your world building lore you gave us in episode 1.
There's dragons. Yeah, most dragons have been turned to Malrakar's empire, 100%. But there aren't also dragon riders, and they recognized you immediately because you're, I don't know.
Then why do this?
They're an ancient order called the Keepers. Don't ask questions.
Well, if they're the keepers, they should know who we are.
Yeah, then why
They didn't say they didn't know who you
So
are.
fucking move out of the way.
Yeah, why waste
Just because
time?
you're a dragon rider doesn't mean you're worthy to wield the strongest weapon in this
I
realm.
walk back out there and I smack him again.
He's gone. He went home to ice his face.
I look for the arch with the glowing symbol above it.
Sure, you find it. Beyond it lies a winding staircase descending into the heart of the mountain.
I descend the staircase or ascend the staircase depending on which way I need to go.
It's descend. So the staircase opens into a vast circular chamber. The walls are actually, you should probably call it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So we will end there as you were about to descend into a staircase.
We didn't even talk to the guy yet.
Nope. He skipped it.
No,
You
we
might have
talked to the different
You
guy.
might have. I don't know. He skipped a lot.
Well, before we end, I go talk to the guy.
Okay, you find him.
Yeah.
He's just chilling, reading about like all the books that they have here, and is just like happy as a clam.
Oh, okay.
He's like, hey, what can I do for you, sir?
So everybody's worried about you.
And
You've
then
been gone
the
for 10 days.
Brother Silas runs in.
Oh, they were allowed to just walk in?
Yeah.
I told you they did. They're tag-alongs.
I had to climb.
They were really just testing if you were worthy to walk the path.
How well
Then
that worked for
lead
them?
With that.
Huh?
Then lead with that.
I mean, why would they tell you about a path that they don't want you to know about unless they think you're worthy
Because
to
they're in a
walk it?
cult.
Because they're wasting time.
Well, they're wasting your time, not theirs.
I mean, no, their time is definitely wasted.
Yeah,
They live in a mountain.
Right.
Okay,
That's
so
a
They
waste
ain't
of
doing
time.
shit.
So Malrakar's taking over the world, going to destroy it, do whatever, and you're making asinine inferences to people that potentially, theoretically, are trying to help you.
Well, you got to remember their order.
Remember.
Their,
I
Member
remember.
berries.
their order is about protecting. Is not their order's not worried about Malrakar. Their order's worried about what the shards could unleash if they were all combined beyond Malrakar.
Which Malrakar's looking for
Captain
the
Planet.
shards.
Sure. But they guard one, and only a dragon rider can walk the path, so they're not worried about Malrakar getting it.
That they think.
So then why were they worried about us?
If
Huh?
okay,
If they
so-
weren't worried about Malrakar.
Because if they let the wrong person walk the path and get the shard just because they had the
Hold
right,
on. So
access,
okay, so
then it could
No,
fall into
no.
his hands, and
Hold
then
on.
he could get them all.
so by your logic, Malrakar physically cannot get the shard because he is not the chosen one. He doesn't have the right access. Period.
He's just not
Like,
a rider.
he wouldn't
Yeah.
survive it.
He wouldn't be able to access it. Yep.
So why the fuck do we care?
it's true if he never gets it, and we're the only dragon riders, we could just
Yep.
kill each other
You
and
kind of
then
like
end the mission.
kind of just
You
like
could.
upended your whole campaign here.
You could try that approach, but who's to say you're the only ones who survived?
We are the only dragon riders.
You didn't even know you were the only dragon riders, and then you met Bowen, who's another dragon rider.
I thought he
touches
was a
kids.
dragon.
Huh?
I thought he was a dragon. No,
Bowen?
yeah, I don't know.
No, he is.
That's
a
what I
dragon
pictured
rider.
in my head.
No.
We met a lot of tag-alongs and hangers-on of dragon riders. We haven't physically seen
I
another
feel like
rider.
Bowen's just like
Bowen
One
was
Punch
a
Man.
dragon rider.
I never saw him ride a dragon.
And he's a really
And
good
also,
one.
when you
Where's
I
his
saw him
dragon?
ride a
when
boy.
you went Skyreach Citadel, you also got a quest from another dragon rider. I forgot her name. I can pull it up, but that gave one of the quests that you guys got. She had the yellow exclamation on her head. But yeah, so
Okay,
I mean,
so
there-
there's three.
Maybe
potentially.
there's
I mean,
more.
you don't know
Okay.
if there's more. I'm just
So
saying.
anyway, we talked to that guy.
Yeah.
Get
Silas is all like emotional reconnection, and then that guy's like, "Oh, sorry, I didn't realize I was gone so long, but I don't really have a choice. They don't really let you leave once you know all the stuff."
I'll smack somebody for you.
Yeah, well, they
I
don't
was
let
gonna say,
me
so
leave.
what you're gonna say? Like, as soon as we grab this shard, we're not allowed to leave? Well, that's not how this is gonna happen.
They didn't let me leave because I
I'm
share
pretty
all
sure-
my knowledge.
I'm pretty sure
I
you
don't know
can-
with you guys.
Pretty sure you can come hang out with us.
Well, that'd be sweet. Although I kind of have a lot of books to read still, so
That's fine. We can take that.
all right.
We're
Sweet.
going to take all the books.
We got a cave.
We do. We do have Mike's manhole cave.
Can't have it. Not for books. That's nerdy shit. These are
Temporary.
video games.
You're gonna open
Temporary.
that up later. It's just gonna be cream pies in here.
All right. So nothing really from him that we need to.
Nothing too insightful.
Okay. It's more or less this was here to get to another shard.
Yeah, like
Okay.
you were following his path.
All right.
basically, yeah.
So we'll be back next week, hopefully with the whole crew. We'll see if we can do 2 weeks back to back. And yeah, we'll pick it up from there. We go to try to find another shard. I'm guessing there's going to be puzzles, which means that Corey hopefully will have everything he needs.
See if I lose
I already
another
have
limb.
the next.
You already have it?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
all- the
Were
next-
you rolling stealth, Mike? How will that work for you?
I got two.
Okay.
I actually think the next 2 weeks I'm all set for.
You're all
Nice.
set. Okay. All right. Well, we will be back next week.